What is going on, guys? It is Madman Plant, and we are back in the lab. And as the studio looks, it is changing very fast because on the 24th, the week of the 24th, yes, honey, can I help you? You know, I just started my podcast, huh? It's so good that you're a cute doggy. Are you a cute doggy? If you guys want to know Honey's middle name, it's Fritos because her paws smell like Fritos, which are very, very refreshing after a long day, right, honey? But anyways, on the 24th, I'm having this entire basement remodeled and done up very, very nicely. Um, New furniture, new tables, new chairs. The walls are gonna all be different. It's gonna be a fully immersive podcast house slash studio, and then the upstairs studio, which we're about to start the deep water culture on. That actually just got repainted. All of my stuff comes on a shipping crate by an 18 wheeler, which will be dropped off on a pallet at my house, and it weighs 280 pounds. So I'm really excited to set all this up and get all this working. Current Culture and Dry Flower, thank you guys for being a part of my sponsorship. We still have sponsorship available if there's any other companies that want to join on, but this is all about deep water culture, much like how I showed you with the auto pots, how you can really have an automated system that works for you. This is going to be the same thing. So if you're new to deep water culture, this is going to be the perfect investment for you. So I'm really excited about that. What's going on, people? We got GI Genetics, we got Master Yoda, we got Nubs in the house. How are you guys doing? Right now, if you notice, I have the Mississippi Hippie, which was actually upstairs. So if you remember, I had everything scrogged out upstairs in like a 5x5 grid. Well, I had to move it for the deep water culture, and because of moving it, I had to shove it all in a 4x4, and it looks fantastic. And we are in week 4 now. Just started week 4, and I'm really excited about how all the buds are looking. Everything's looking fantastic. Jay from Dry Flower, so many flowers. Dry Flower, our sponsor, will be flying down here in April, and he'll be one of the first guests here on the new lounge area, which is going to be really nice. And we're going to be doing a whole takedown video showing you extensively the dry hanger system. It is perfect for your 4x4 tent. If you are looking for a place to put all of your branches, it can hold up to 5 pounds on the home growers kit, so it's really nice. Yep, it's good to see you too. So without further ado, oh wait, I don't see GreenYear in the background, so I'll keep talking until I see him again. Oh, take your time. um but yeah, a lot of great things are happening, and it's just getting started, and it's a little bit of a delay start just because of shipping, because it's all on a pallet and everything. But yes, honey, you want to tell people what you did yesterday? Go. Come on. She went to the Air and Space Museum over in Dulles with my dad and Logan, my son, and we had a blast. But anyways, here we go. Let's bring GreenYear on. What's up, my
going
dude?
on, bro? Happy Monday. Happy Wednesday, right?
Right? Happy Monday, happy Wednesday, happy something.
Hey, I'm all over the place right now.
Here, look, I'll bring us in closer. I'll sit correctly, and we can see more of ourselves. This is all going to be changing soon.
I'm actually rocking the GI Genetics shirt right now.
Oh, shit. And we got GI Genetics in the house.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have anything growing of his right now?
I actually have a couple of his germinated. What was it? A couple weeks ago? Was it the? We did the rest of the Boo Bears, and then but we have some more right here. We're gonna germinate some tonight. You know, we actually don't know what's in here. Maybe he does because he labeled the tags red and white.
So the newest one in his collection is is the fur missile.
This is range detail.
Okay, yep. Range detail.
So we got a range detail in here that we're gonna be germinating in the Aurora Sprout from Root Nerds.
All right. And what do
then
we got there?
Alien
Technology.
One alien shooter.
Oh, alien shooter.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yep.
Yeah.
And then a couple other strains, which right now I'm growing, which is a tropical trooper, and that's the Sprint Brass crossed with the Maui Wowie. There's WMD permanent profile. There's Boo Bear. Let's see here. There's which other ones are there?
Hold on, let me go get the collection.
We've already mentioned like 6 of them, so I'm trying to think of the last couple here. Fur Missile is the newest one. Which one are we missing, GI? We got Boo Bear, Fur Missile, Range Detail, WMD, DD214s. We got
I have something called Flashbang right here. Menu 7 Flashbang.
Menu 7 Flashbang. There you go.
What's this one right here? WMD.
Yep, WMD.
What is WMD?
Spell it out for us, GI. I'm gonna pack a King Palm here.
Ooh, we got another Boo Bear.
I unlocked.
We hooked it up on the Boo Bear. He gave me 2 or 3 of them.
The Boo Bear is good.
Yeah, I was really hunting.
I can't say it like this. I want my full view,
really
so
dark
I can
and beautiful, like the one that he got to grow.
Right?
Yeah, I remember when he was harvesting it, trimming it up, and I was like, man, that thing is purple.
It takes time, but I found out an amazing hack. I've been taking all my King Palms out, refilling them, and then putting them back in the packaging. And then I just take the pack with me everywhere. And every time I want a joint, I just pull it out and it's ready to go. So like yesterday we were at the museum and there was tons of people in the parking lot and there was no way I was going to be able to roll something, but I already had it rolled and cha-ching. That's what you should do. So like preload stuff, because usually I take my smoke pack, I have my grinder, all my stuff, and then I'm manually doing it every single time. And I'm like, damn, I should just pregame, and then I won't have to do that. So that way, when I get there, it's just less conspicuous, less time for people to make a fuss, in and out, and then I'm gone.
Yeah, like that's one thing I did do when we were over there at the barbecue. Like when we were traveling to get to homegrown VA. Like I already had 3 or 4 of them rolled.
Yeah.
I wanted to take a nap after staying overnight cooking that shit. So like I took a nap. 804 had his joints ready to go. We smoked them together, and I was fucking out.
Well, people don't know how hard we worked at that event. We stayed up all night, a group of 8 of us, and cooked all of that meat. Me and Gronomics had to run to Lowe's to buy another smoker because mine died in the middle. We were all trying to fix it like the day before. I mean, there was a lot of work that went into that event. And I mean, that was 420 pounds of food that was cooked literally in my oven, in my kitchen. We had to get it down there. We had to keep it warm. Like it was... you, me, GI, 804. Who else here? Master Yoda was here.
Master Yoda.
Gronomics. Who else stayed the night? And who's here?
ACL Wolf.
That was during the day.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think who was here during the night. Kev. Yep.
Kev,
let's see here. Who else?
Meta.
Lacey. I want to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
no, he didn't call. Well, he wasn't here in the night cooking the food.
No, he came when we did a couple of the podcasts.
For the podcast, but not. I'm talking about specifically cooking the food. Definitely got to shout out
Nah,
my wife because even at the event, I forgot to shout her out. Let's see here. I think that was it.
she kept us fed for sure.
Oh,
She was always cooking something.
she's an amazing cook. That's what I tell her all the time. I was like, we're about to have our kitchen redone, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, you should just go ahead and just start a cooking channel as soon as we get everything refinished and remodeled. I was like, you should just start a cooking channel because she's always coming up with shit, like lots of shit. It's never like
Mm-hmm.
simple. It's always very detailed and methodical and
Yeah, I have one that I'm gonna be working on coming up soon. I'm gonna be using more of my Mason pot, the one of the sponsors for the shows, and pretty
mm-hmm.
much just to make your own edibles concept or like content, so you can make from your cocoa, your butter, your whatever your preference of oils or
Yep,
THC,
yep.
and yeah, just start making different plates, bro. Just so I've noticed that I haven't been eating properly. But like maybe if I like add a little bit of THC and it would motivate me to just try and experiment more different things and be
Yeah.
open minded to.
I'm more of a fast food junkie, so I don't
Oh
have the
yeah.
best eating habits either. You know, I always make the joke that I'm a skinny fat person because I eat like I should be 400 pounds, and then
Yeah,
it's
I
like, and then
I
other
watch
people
some people.
barely eat, and it's like, the people are always like, it's not fair, and I'm like, hey, believe me, I've loved to gain weight. Look a little bit more.
Yeah, there was a time where fucking, especially when I was going to the gym every day, I would nonstop eat even after just eating, and then when I would smoke, that would just enhance it even more. It was just like I was starving, so one of the ways that definitely helped, I was drinking the protein shakes and just hitting the gym, bro, hitting the gym, fucking eating as best as possible. Obviously, there's always gonna be temptations, especially when the food smells really delicious and like, ooh.
Mm. Me and
Never really been that person like, oh, I can't eat that because my carbs or whatever. I like, I'm gonna eat that shit. It smells good, bro. I'm gonna eat it. I'll work it off later on. I'll worry about that later
so I'll walk home.
on.
Master Yoda, when he came over for my birthday, he drove down from Connecticut. He brought
Oh,
over his Gorilla cookies, his bubble hash that he did, and I've already gone through the 73
happy.
micron and the 45 micron, and I have like the shatter version of it left at the 25. But when he was here, we did some bubble washing. What do we got there?
There's some gorilla cookies. You said gorilla cookies. I'm like, I'm gonna just stay right here.
Oh, that's tight. Yeah. We can live vicariously through my bong or my Puffco rip here.
Yeah,
You
there
got
you
the
go.
flower
You,
version of it. I got the dab version of it.
ooh, such a teaser.
Well, anyways, he was kind enough to give me his old bubble washer setup. So now Madman Plant is in bubble washing heaven, and I'm about to take that. Hello, don't throw
Oh
sharp
yeah, bro.
objects. Take down my tent, and my goal. Have you done any pressing like bubble hash? Have you done that yet?
Yeah, bro. Fucking. You got to witness it when I had freshly bought the bags. We were on Discord just chilling, and I was over there just manually stirring and shit, doing all the thing. Um, and got to press a little bit. I don't have the freeze dryer, so what I did, I put it in the cardboard box and parchment paper,
Yep,
and
yep.
I
Exactly what
left
we did.
I left it for 2 weeks. Kept checking it on a daily basis, and I saw that it was not, it's starting to get drier. Um, and I liked it, so I decided to try something new, which is get the little cheese grater. Um, bought one of these just for the hash. I'm not sure you guys can see it
Just for
very
oh
well,
yeah, I can
and
see that.
just start fucking shredding it, make all the little dust into the parchment, which allows the hash to dry a little bit easier. So before you're ready to start pressing, you have a nice even dry versus having what is it? Those freeze dryers. Those things work magnificent. They're just a little expensive.
Well,
But
if you have the Lowe's card, you can finance it through buying it through a credit card because I found out on Lowe's.com they sell
that
them.
I'm sure there's a company out there that wants to see Gromy Talk making some cash. Come on.
If not, apply for the Lowe's card. I don't get
I'm
points for you
definitely.
signing up, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm definitely. It definitely. You know how? Yeah, I was like, it definitely works.
The show is definitely not
Getting that
sponsored by
Lowe's card
Lowe's.
because you get all the repairs and stuff. I actually got my appliances through there. My
That's what
washer
I'm
and
saying. That's why it kind of makes me feel good. Like if I buy it through Lowe's, I can buy the
Mhm,
protection plan. And if the
mhm.
protection plan is supported, then they'll cover whatever happens. And then,
Yep.
you're not dealing with Chinese, you're dealing with Lowe's.
China.
China.
Chinatown. Welcome to Chinatown.
No, but I found out there because I was like, I wonder if they have freeze dryers, and they absolutely fucking do, and they have
Yeah,
all of the versions on there.
they
The
have
seven
all the
series, everything.
commercials.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's a big thing for I guess I'm assuming that's probably where restaurants would probably go through. Um, I would figure there'd probably be a bigger version or like a specific store that just has commercial items, but
Well,
they do sell them still, and it's just a
well,
matter of an order.
me and Yoda, what we did is I went to Domino's and I
Ooh.
told him that my son had a school project and I needed some
Mhm.
pizza boxes. And they totally gave me pizza boxes. I went to another pizza restaurant. Oh, dude, the exact same thing. Wow, that is so fucking funny.
Did they give you this one? This one's
I
tight. The
got
black
the
one.
I didn't get the no, I didn't get the black one. But the
Yeah, I
first
was like,
pizza
what?
place told me no, they wouldn't even let me buy the boxes. So the next one I was like, hey, my son has a science project. You're
Mhm.
not gonna say none of that. That's a lawsuit. I'm just kidding. And we got it, but that is fucking hilarious. We did the exact same thing you did. I put them in my Canatrol because apparently the Canatrol you can use. So I'm about to press it with the guidance of Yoda because he's actually really good with setting it all up and
Oh, bro.
the
Yeah.
bags and everything. I do bottle tech with flour and then the keef and everything, and that works really well. But I just want that perfectly see-through gold. Like, like that. It's almost like just white. Like it doesn't even have a color.
I
Just
feel
that
like you definitely have
perfect.
to have that freeze dryer for that because that's where
Mm,
it preserves your
that
terpenes
yep. And
exactly
that
how you want
come
it.
heads.
Hmm and
Yep.
like I've gotten to come out like really golden, like really nice and
Nice.
golden, nice and honey looking. But like you said, I wanted to look more like that clear gold, more like fucking straight terps. And flower pressing, it depends, bro. If you squish too hard, sometimes it come out a little bit darker, especially depending on
Mm,
the temperature you have.
oh yeah,
All
big
presses are
time.
different. I've noticed that all presses are different. No matter the ton pressure, I feel like you really only need 2 tons for probably like what for hash, and then probably like 5 to 7 tons
Do you
for.
have a gauge on yours? I have the Nug
No, I
Smasher
mean,
original, so there's no gauge.
I personally don't have one. I found one online, and I got my one of my friends to invest in the in us learning. So we did. We just got the cheapest one we could find, which has no gauge. It at least has the dual plated heated,
Yep,
and
yep.
it has the temperature gauge and then a timer on it. But no pressure. We're over here having to hold it and fucking press it down.
That's what I
It's a
do.
little bit of a hassle, but hey. The
I
other
used to
thing is to
stand
make
on
sure
it.
that it's nicely centered too, because if you put it too far or the puck too far out, you only squish half of it, and the chance of blowing it out.
Do you do bottle tech? I do the bottle tech where I fill the bag up and then I tuck in the bottom corners to make it look like or like a stack of coins.
Yeah, you
And
pinch in the 2 corners.
yeah, I do that because I love how it expands the bag a little bit more and I feel like it gets more of a press because if you do it flat, the press is already halfway closed at that point to an extent, depending on how many grams you're using. Now, the bags I use are usually like 14-gram bags, and I'm usually stuffing it. But I've also found the value of not overstuffing the bag too, because if you overstuff it, it prevents the flow from going through, and it takes longer for the material to come out. Like one time I was waiting like a minute and a half, and I was like, what the fuck? Is this not working? Like, how the hell is this not working?
Yeah. That's right away you can tell some of them are just meant to just squish, and other ones are just like are meant for just smoking.
Yoda, if you're watching, which I know you are, cheers. You want to hit something? Buddy. What are you smoking on?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I was smoking on this bong right here with a little bit of Black Sunday, but I'm actually gonna roll me some of this Gorilla cookies.
Look, I got my Nug Smasher mat. I put mats down on the table because when the dab goes everywhere, it goes everywhere. So now I got a dab mat on this side for a guest, dab mat on this side. But my new table is going to be different. This will be going, and it's gonna be more like a coffee table. So
hell yeah. Yeah, I was like, some of the stuff that you have set up is different. You gave me some ideas, and like, like like I want to continue to progress the podcast. So like, I would like to also have like a little lounge, not necessarily a specific lounge, but it was like it's just me. But if I can have at least another chair for somebody else if they ever come by, like it would look more professional. So yeah. I'm definitely gonna not copy. I definitely more like appreciate the motivation to
oh hell yeah,
game, bro.
Hey, if I inspire you or I inspire someone else, copy the flow. Where I got my vision and inspiration was through a Google image that I found of somebody else's basement. I'm sure it's somewhere in the world. That's the thing, and that's why I get like frustrated people who are like, "You're copying him." Or you need to come up with your own idea. You know how many car manufacturers make the same frame car, where like the Chevy Cobalt and the Pontiac G5 is the same subframe. You could take the door off the Pontiac and put it on the Chevy and it'll fit perfectly. You could take the bumper and it'll fit perfectly. The steering wheels are the same except for the logo. You know what I mean? Everybody's copying everybody. You buy a Lamborghini, half of the parts are made by Audi. Even the brakes are made by Audi. They just have the Lamborghini logo on it. The frame, the engine, all made by Audi.
Yeah, that's when our own styles come into play. Like you have your vision of how you see your room, and then I feel like I'm piecing mine from all these
I'll tell you exactly what I'm gonna do. Check this out, and I'll show the picture to everybody so everybody can see it, and then you can tell me what you think. Now, obviously, some things will be slightly different because I can't find the same chairs. I've been looking for the exact same chairs and I can't find them, but I did find the exact same rug. I did find a little bit different entertainment center. Hold on for a second. Let me pull it up.
Man down.
Man down. Down.
In distress.
For the love of God.
I am a boy, Damien.
That's right. All right. So, share screen, window, entire screen.
Smoke Gorilla cookies. Come on. Come on. There you go. Focus. Yeah, you can see Bugs Bunny through the nug. That's fucking awesome.
All right. Present, share screen, window. All right.
No, that looks nice. That looks very elegant. Yeah, it's totally not.
So I'm going for a whole lounge. I want when you come into the podcast studio and the cameras are actually going to be suspended from the ceiling, so you don't notice them as much. And I wanted to come in like you're actually like going into like a business, and you're like, damn, like this is like I feel like I'm in a cafe or some like cigar lounge, right?
Yeah, I was like, that
So
looks like a big ass lounge, like a
okay,
really
so
nice
this
lounge.
room now I'll have
A
my
much.
grow tents in here, but this room it'll look just like this. I'm gonna have the ceilings painted, all done up. I'm getting rid of, like I said, this table and everything, and it's gonna look just like that. And I'm gonna have all these little carts that I found on Amazon. And if you like them, put the link in the chat where you can
Mm-hmm.
get them. And I have all my smoking accessories. So I have one cart for all the bongs, all one cart for cleaning, one cart for all King Palms and all the swag that they always give me. And I'm getting a huge couple of boxes from them coming up with some new stuff. But it's gonna look very nice. Like I want it to look like super high end, super official, very like, you know, um just like lounge like this is the place where we're gonna come down, maybe have a couple of spirits, smoke a cigar, shoot the shit, you can conduct business, we can watch movies. I mean, it's just a nice space. And then I had my friend who owns a wrap company. He came over and he took measurements of all my walls, and parts of my walls we're going to wrap with like logo designs for sponsors and some other stuff. Oh, it's gonna be fucking sick, dude. We're putting a lot of effort into this, and like I said, on the 24th, the flooring is gonna be done. I'm getting flooring. Like right now, I have carpet, so it's like this is the same carpet that's been in the house since I started renting in 2017. In December, I bought my house, so I no longer rent it. So that's why I'm doing all these upgrades. But it's very similar to that floor, but instead of black, I'm doing like a very dark like plum purple. So it's kind of like black, but it has purple in it. And then that'll be fully immersed ceiling, floorboards, everything. So very much like the picture.
Okay. What I had in mind was one of the walls is gonna be. I'm not sure if you've seen Pigeon's setup where he has that purple and black foam. So I found the
Okay.
green and black one, green and black version of that. So I want a wall set up to where there's gonna have that, and instead of having a cart, I definitely plan to clean all my bones to fucking perfection, and have a glass, like a complete glass setup, to where I can set up all the raws and do like a little nice display for Josh, and then all the other all the other papers on the bottom, nicely organized, but they all the rest on the second shelves. But for sure wanted like a glass version where I can just add the LED and it would just stand out. Um, and then I'm learning how to make my LED signs right now. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, I made a version, like the really basic cheap version, and that one came out nice. But I just want to perfect it, go to the next level, and see what else we can come up with.
Well, that's what it's all about. Is like taking
Yeah.
yourself to that next level and
Hmm.
just taking yourself
Yeah, because it's
and
one thing having to pay somebody and they do it, but it's another thing to be able to learn and be able to inspire others to be able to create something like that for themselves.
well, yeah, and it's art. It's passion. It's
Yep.
imaginary. And it's making something out of nothing. And I think that's the most best part about something is when you can look at something that's technically nothing and then see the value in it and then see the art and then be able to push forward and be like, I can see this, and this, and we could do this, and if I add this, blah blah blah. So
Yep. It just takes a little bit of time and investment and the hobbies or stuff that you're willing to proceed, and a matter
honey,
of chasing.
honey, would you like to be in the podcast today? Because I,
Hell
I
yeah,
am
I want
I
to be
am
a half pig.
thinking. Come here, up, come on. Hey,
I'll sing to
no, I
honey.
don't want you to sit.
Oh,
I want
honey,
I,
na na na
I
na
want people to
na
see you.
na.
Come here. Honey, come here.
Oh, sugar,
Up,
sugar.
up.
Come on, honey. She like, that's that asshole that pushed me off the
Uh,
couch.
all right, talk.
Oh, yeah, honey. No response.
How about let's talk about you going to California to the American Auto Flower Cup for the second time this year, and how you're gonna help me judge, huh? Huh? Are you excited about that? Gorgeous, gorgeous
No
girl.
comment. No comment.
Don't act like you're not impressed. Hey, she's crazy. She's my baby, though. I love hers. I love hers.
Yeah.
So, what else is new in GreenYear's world, man?
Just come out with some new genetics of my a
Nice,
couple of
nice.
crosses, and now I'm working them, trying to get them
Okay.
to the get F2s. Like I have one of them to the F2, the Black Sunday, but I'm starting to work the rest, just cause is it? I don't want them. I'm already pretty much getting to the F3 on the Black Sunday, so I'm like I feel like I'm leaving the rest behind, but it's not really that. It's just like I guess it takes time to work certain strains. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. Like right now, I got the Sundays to look pretty even. Uh, when you can notice them right away in the garden, the way the structure, the smell, it has the like berries but mint in the background, and then when you're smoking it, you get that chocolate mint, which is kind of like it throws you off. You're like, whoa. So yeah, it's definitely been one of my favorite ones. But now that I'm working on the fried Sunday and the fried Oreo Sunday.
Fried Oreo Sunday. How did that get its name?
So it's a cross from Copycat Genetics. It's Oreo Big Stuff, and that that Oreo Big Stuff. I was already working the Holy Sunday. Holy Sunday is a Holy Moly donut shop times the Black Sunday. And as I was working that one, I find a really nice smell that I liked. Had the copycat around, and that was the same time I decided to use the Boo Bear to cross into the orange cream pop. So then I had a version of those to play with.
Ooh.
Yeah, so like I'm just like constantly playing with flavors and see what they come up with, and and uh, at first I was sending them out to homies so they can test them out as I'm growing them out too, and we can just I guess swap
Compare,
conversation.
contrast,
Yeah,
swap
compare.
notes,
And fucking if
keep
you
up with
find
the
it cheaper,
Joneses.
keep it, and then we can work it to the next one with that one. Or
You can push it
the
to the
point is,
limit.
yeah, now I'm working it myself just to get them to the next level before releasing anything. I feel like it's gonna be a better result. I'm not really looking to sell anything. I just like the fact that I was able to do something like this. Like I remember the first time when I wanted to start growing, how much of a struggle it was to be able to find any genetics. And when I finally did, everybody was for regs. A lot of people charge up to $300-400, which is kind of crazy, bro. And then you have your feminized beans, which you're charging $15 a bean, and it's not bad because you can clone those, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it gets too expensive, and I feel like what I'm doing now is creating all these different stuff so I could be able to hook up people for free, And if sometimes whenever I come up with a new shirt lineup or something, like just buy the shirt and you're gonna get a couple of the new releases. So like you're getting worth the value that you're spending.
Yeah, I'm over here dying. Sorry about that. That's
No,
cool
you
though.
good, bro.
And you are right. There is the value though when you get the feminized seeds, even though it's like, damn, you paid, let's say, $350 for like 3 or 5 seeds. Like when I
Mm-hmm.
got my lemon cherry pops um from cookies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um I got it for 3 seeds, but then I was able to clone it out, and cover a couple harvests. So yeah, it cost you
It
three hundred
benefits
fifty
when when
bucks,
you can clone, but if
but
you
you're
don't know
getting
how
the
to
guarantee.
clone,
Well, you're also getting the guarantee, and that's what I would like to think too. Not that the dollar amount equals the quality of the genetics, because it absolutely does not. I mean, people can sell a piece of shit for high end money too if they find the right buyer. The
exactly. Yep.
But I do think though, when you deal with breeders, and that's why like GI, or you or other people that are messing with genetics, is you're getting people who are actually really working these, and you're looking for certain things, and I think that's what really supports and creates craft cannabis, because of it's an art. You're looking for something. It's craft for a reason, because you're constantly crafting it to perfection. And
Yeah.
um when you look at like the black market or the lick market or whatever you want to call it, how, who looks out for that? You know what I mean? And that's why I think home growers have such a place in value, because unless you have a dispensary who truly cares about being unique and creating flavors and aromas and spending time doing things like that, that really costs time, money, energy,
Mm-hmm.
resource, all those things, you're not
Definitely.
going to get the same results. And not that I'm saying that dispensaries don't have good medical cannabis for those who don't grow, or can't get access to somebody that home grows. But
Mm-hmm.
you have seen things where, hey, this dispensary pop for heavy metals. Hey, this dispensary pop for pesticides and RPGs, or no, whatever they are,
Mm-hmm.
growth,
Which is something that a lot of them
whatever
won't
it's
even
called.
mention, bro, because like when we were at MJ Biz, I remember going to a couple of dispensaries that as soon as they open up that jar, the bud was molded and all those things, and I was like, how are you trying to sell this to me? And like, you're saying that you want $65 for your high end stuff, and I'm looking at it and that's it covered in mold, like
Mhm.
not. It's like not trying to
Well,
fucking throw it back into the garden as mulch, you know? I'm fucking trying to
well,
smoke the shit.
and not that I know this um, amount or excessive amount of cannabis. I mean, I know a lot as a home grower. I know a lot as somebody that has seen firsthand what it does for people. But as for like the science and all, like the real in depth level, I'm still
Hmm.
very new to myself. But I have the common goal, like everybody else, to get educated. And it
Yep.
amazes me sometimes how many uneducated people are in dispensaries, or bud tenders, are
Yep.
people that are part of packaging goods on the commercial side for dispensaries. And it's like you go there, and it's like, so tell me about this strain. Oh man, I don't know too much about it. Let me get my manager. And then the manager is clueless too. And then it's like, okay, well where's it coming from? Oh man, it's coming from Cali. Oh, okay, well, who's the breeder? Like, what type of genetics? I'm not really sure. And it's like, and you're just gonna sell this to me, man, right? And I'm just gonna smoke this shit, because you you know what I mean. And that's one of the things that frustrated. And not everybody has to be this massive guru that knows shit, because I definitely lack my knowledge of, like I just said, of cannabis too, and the deep realms. But then again, I target beginners and newbies, because that's where I was 4 years ago. So
Mm, okay.
but at the same time, it's just like one of those things where I just feel like some people in the industry love cannabis so much that they just know nothing about it, other than that it's some fucking dank, and they're gonna get high and they're gonna smoke it, and it's got 96% THC, and that's all they give a fuck about. And they're good, and they never question anything, where it came from, who made it, the quality of it. And it just amazes me. And this all goes into our body. Sorry for my
Well,
little rant.
no, you're good, bro. I can't really say much because like by the time that I finally started to want to try cannabis, I think it was at the end of the junior year, yeah, 11th grade, and I was always offered the best, especially when it was the gangsters fucking trying to give me some, because that shit smelled so good. It looked fucking gorgeous,
Hey,
and
they better have good stuff, or they're gonna get run out by the home
bro,
grower.
yeah, bro. When that was back in the day, bro, fucking homegrown wasn't a big thing. If you did have some type of homegrown, it was outside, like especially in California. Like all the homies, my cousin had his little outside plants, and I would just love to go visit and just check them out. Like, yeah, I guess those were like the real inspiration, like where, like being able to see it as a youngin, then growing up, and it's just a constant thing, and everybody's saying it's bad, but yet everybody's doing it. Even the rappers are like, there's so many influencers fucking talking about cannabis. So
Yeah, one thing that bothers me is I've been asked like a couple of times lately, is my stuff sprayed? And I was like, what
yeah,
do you
bro.
mean? And they're like, oh, for flavor and shit. And I'm like, why would you want someone to spray a chemical on something that's supposed to be organic and come from the earth? Like, where does that come into your mind as like, maybe this is a good idea? Like, maybe we should just have something sprayed on it. But it tastes better. And it's just like, what?
Mm. Well, yeah, it's like the point is like as a, I guess coming as a consumer, jumping into the dispensary game, bro. Like I didn't really know much. So when I actually had like cancer patients and so many different like patients coming in and buying all these things, the best way that I can describe was by me consuming it as soon as it came in the door, by the growers. And that was the only way I knew the growers. Like, oh, it's the Asian homie that just came by, or fucking Humboldt homie, the one with no hair, or fucking all black.
Everybody's a homie. You're a
Yeah,
homie. They're a
it
homie.
was yeah. You can't really say Reed homie, because then they knew that he was the grower, and then they'll target him. But if you were just like, oh yeah, the delivery guy just came by, it was that guy.
That guy.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like having all these patients and asking them like, oh, what works for you, or what tasted good, and I would just go based off what hit me the strongest, or tasted best for me, and it was always like Tahoe G, King Louis, uh, Biggie's OG, um, San Fernando Valley, Granddaddy Purple,
Having an
Purple
ADHD
Circle,
moment.
Blue Dream,
Oh.
Super Jack number one. No, yeah. Man, so many fucking strains, bro. Good times. Good
Good time.
times.
What's going on? Spanish Dre. I wasn't even looking at chat. Agronomics. Mr.
No shit.
Yoda. Honey is
Gronomics.
fine using ASMR. Yes, she is. The ASMR of being needy. But she's so gorgeous. And just the way she looks. Hers beautiful. Hers is.
So how's
What
your troopers going?
What?
Your troopers?
Oh, well, okay. So I got them cloned out, ready for the thing, but I still have the mother plant around, which I'm going to be. I'm going to keep one clone around and just create a new mother plant because this thing has blown up. Um, it's huge, and what do you call it? It's a very nice plant. So I'm very, very excited to see what it would look like in flower.
Whoa, I just swallowed a nug. Scooby Snack.
That's
Oh,
funny as
shit.
shit. That's an
Oh,
ADHD moment, people.
yeah.
I just had one a minute ago when I organized my desk. And Lacey got me this for the new park. Ow, fuck. If anybody can tell, it's a cactus. Lacey got me this new cactus. for the podcast. It is pink. Imagine that. Bam,
Is the
bam.
is a regular pot color, or is it pink pot too?
Oh, it's pink and then it's green. So it's like this
No,
green
is the pot pink as well?
pot is pink. The top of the
Oh, okay.
plant and the big nodes, those are pink too.
I used to have the pink, the orange, and the yellow version because they grow right outside the house.
Yeah, don't overwater the cactus. 100%. I need to figure
It's
out
like
what they
once a
like
week.
because I want to get it like
Those won't get big. What they would do, they'll start producing more heads.
nice.
So if you give them a bigger size pot, what it will do, it just starts growing side branches, and that will start giving the same colors, just more of it. You'll start filling in slowly.
Do you know the name of the cactus? Because I do not.
Fuck, I can't, not off the top of my head, but
That's cool that you know about these. I am unfamiliar with them. Lacey just brought it in, and I was like, "This is amazing." So,
my wife is a big cactus person.
oh, there
Uh,
you go.
yeah, she loves all types of cactus. So I had won this on a giveaway. Here, let me take this fucking background off. How do I take this off?
You gotta pay StreamYard $2.
Boom. So
Oh, damn, that's a nice piece. I can
yeah,
tell
it's a
this has
cact.
never been used.
No, she. I told her I had one in. I got it for her, and this is the homie that hooked it up. He put his slap on it too. So.
Okay, very cool.
So I was like, yeah, I got it for her. I was like, man, if I win this shit, I'm gonna give it to her, and I told her, and she's like, all right, I believe you if you don't use it, and it's just been sitting there, bro. I just
That's beautiful,
yeah, yeah. It's too nice to fucking use in 30.
right?
Yeah, but I do have this one, so I can 30 all the time. Nice science speaker.
Oh shit! Yep, I have. Let's see here. I have a couple beakers. I have this one, which is like a little curvature. I have one just
Oh,
like on the other side. I have just the one that almost the same one. It's a big bear. So my tip
yeah,
is blue like yours, and then the bottom is blue, but the
that was the
main
one
piece.
next to the Smash and the Nut Smasher, right? The
Yep,
Beaker one.
that was it.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
yeah, that's the one
Good
that was my favorite
memory.
when I was there.
Yeah, look,
This is the other one half.
I've
These
seen
are my
those
favorite.
bongs everywhere.
Yeah, this is my dude, Defiant Seeds. Another grow meat just like GI. Produces the seeds and
Very
does his
nice.
thing. Yeah, it's very the way he does his thing, bro, is everything off the book. He tells you exactly what he's doing, the pH levels, everything. Like everything's on point, which is presentable. And then
Oh yeah.
he was actually my second person to jump on Grow Meat Talk. So I
Damn.
was like,
Okay.
hell yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Try to show love to the ones that
I
show
need to
love to me.
figure out where he got his bongs done. They look nice. I want to get some for the
Yeah.
show to give
Yeah,
away.
they're pretty fucking clean. Like you have the Defiant #1 in the back, and then you have the design in the front. I was asking
Oh,
him if we can get this style because I was like, this is my preference style.
somebody asked about the giveaways and my game show, and that is coming
Oh,
back. The last Sunday of this month, I'm doing my first giveaway with my two sponsors. So I'll make a post about it of what it is. And then we'll have a website giveaway again as well. So that'd be cool. But that's why I wanted to figure out where he got them because I would love to
I
make
can.
some and then
I hit
give
him
them
up.
away and shit.
I'll hit him up. Worst
But
case
I want to
scenario,
also know if they have different designs because it would be cool to get the beaker style, a straight tube. Let's see here. What else do I have? I mostly have beakers. I
yeah.
have one. My favorite one is my Medi-Cali, and that's the yellow writing. That's the one that I use the most. And then also down here, nope, it's upstairs. I have a whole bunch of small little pieces. But my friend Kyle, who owns Glass Flow Art, who will be at the event. Oh, by the way, I have an event coming up. It's September 7th. We are going to be raising a bunch of money for suicide awareness and mental health. And hopefully, Green Year will be out again. And we will get everybody together. This is going to be in Fredericksburg. It's going to be really awesome. This is going to be a way bigger event, and more details will be coming soon.
Oh yeah,
So,
it's gonna be exciting, bro. Especially because it's gonna have phytochrome.
oh, 100%. And that's
Yeah.
the whole point of this platform. And even, when you were on the podcast last time, we had a really great conversation diving into your history and just your story and everything like that. So, my whole thing is I got this new tattoo over the weekend. I don't know if you can see it here. I have a little vlog that I made with my Osmo, which I highly recommend if you guys are looking for a fun camera to use. All right. So, can you
Oh,
read
that's
it?
nice. Yeah. No, I can't read it, but I can see it. It's Red Cross, right? Does it say kind?
No, that's what everybody thinks it says. No. So, as you know, like well, you were born in the United States, right?
Yeah, I was in California.
Okay, so I wasn't actually born in the United States. I was born in Romania, and I was in an orphanage until I was 2 years old. And then my parents, who couldn't have kids, heard that they had killed the leader in Romania, and that they were opening up adoptions to the orphanages that were there. And my grandmother, who passed away right when before Logan was born, who I was very, very close to, said my parents should go there. And they went there to spend almost a year there and went to many different orphanages and places. And they found me and my sister in two different areas, and chose us pretty much. So I was brought here, not speaking, not walking. It's very third world conditions in Romania when I was there. So a lot of cool things have happened since, and that's why I always preach about legacy and our time here and what we're doing and the value of all that we have to offer in our experiences and the human experience itself, and how you can use that and leverage that and build your life around that.
Yeah.
So this tattoo that I got says Vindec EU, which is Romanian, and that means
Ah, see, I was reading it backwards.
so Vindec EU, so going up the arm. And for me, what this signifies is personal empowerment in the healing process, because I, like other people on the shows and everybody, have trauma and are going through things and trying to become a better person and better, family member and better to society and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
So personal empowerment in the healing process, the symbolic role of being a healer. So all the work that I'm doing through my podcasting, talking to people, building events, bringing people together, the symbolic role of being a healer, cultural attitudes towards recovery. I highly support recovery and people that second chance and putting your best foot forward and rough beginnings. And then the inspiring message of taking action to amend and improve lives. So, not like a medic who would heal you like on a battlefield, but like a
Mm-hmm.
medic who is there to push you forward and to keep my own self going. So, one thing that, I'm trying to do with the philosophy of Madman Plan is, how can you grow a great garden if you can't grow a great human? And, so it represents that. So it's really cool how how conversation can lead on to so much. And that's why I encourage people like you and I who have podcasts and other people who have podcasts to go out there and have these conversations, make these relationships. Because like I posted earlier on that video, it's all
Mhm.
about relationships, you know what I mean? And providing value and being with value. And one thing that I always talk about is this whole thing of I'll help you if you help me. And Jim Rohn, one of my favorite mentors, pretty much said that he changed that philosophy. He said, I'll help myself if you help yourself, and together we can help each other.
Mhm.
Because if I could be the best version of myself and you can be the best version of yourself, what could we do as friends together?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Things become more unstoppable.
With clarity, dedication, and discipline. Absolutely.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah,
you know, it's just one of those things where it's recognizing that you're not perfect and that every day is an uphill battle. There are days that you feel like you want to take on the world, and then there's days that you want to crawl in the hole and die. You know, like I mean,
hmm.
there's a wide spectrum, you know what I mean? The balance is being able to see the good, see what's not, and then be able to create that reality. You know what I mean? And I think a
Yeah.
lot of us, I was reading on Facebook the other day called the dead horse theory. And pretty much what the dead horse theory is the study of insanity. It's, let's say you have a dead horse and one person says, "Hey, the horse is dead. We need to
Mm.
move on." The other person is like, no, the horse isn't dead. It just needs some water. It just needs a saddle. It just needs some motivation. It just needs this. But it's the inability to accept what works and doesn't work in life and creating
Mm.
an insanity repetition cycle, chasing something that's either unrealistic or not worth your time. And whether that's people, whether that's relationships, whether that's what you do with your spare time, whether that's how you work. And the fact that, you know, a lot of, I think, what holds us back as individuals is us, our own demons, our own thoughts, our own insecurities. And as a person that is victim to that a lot and plays into that, and I have to remind myself to get out of that, you know, it can
Yeah.
be very lucrative, you know. So it's one of those things where, you know, it's okay to be not perfect. What's not okay to be is to accept imperfection when we should strive for perfection, knowing that it's not a reality, but we're going to strive for it anyways. That's just my
Uh,
philosophy. I'm stoned. Sorry. You can talk now.
yeah.
You should probably talk.
One of the things that I definitely plan to teach my kids, it's not okay to just be okay. You know, like some people just are okay settling with
Mm,
what they get in life. And I've
yes.
always like, I don't know. I feel like my mom, by her coming out here, giving me an opportunity, I feel like I've missed out on a lot of the opportunities, and now I just want to start chasing after them 100% because I have her support. So might as well, like, now that I have her around and I'm actually able to have a bond with her, definitely be the best version of myself and teach my kids to always be to thrive more than what I'm doing, to be better versions. Um, Try to tell my siblings of like the little relationships that they have nowadays. It's not really gonna matter, and all they're really gonna do is hurt themselves, you know, like emotionally and stuff like that. Because they're like, you know, I've been through those fucking. There's so many times where I just remember dating a different girl all the time and hurting them, and then at the time it didn't really hurt me, but when it started hurting me, and you know, it was already too late, and I feel like it always did hurt me. I just tried to pretend it didn't. Especially because I would always chase after the girls that didn't even want me. They didn't even give me that time of day.
I used to
And
do that too.
then I would go with the fugly ones that were just like, hey, fucking,
The ugly
when they're
ones.
all, yeah,
Hey,
they're
they
like,
were
oh,
nice. They were nice. You had
hey,
a good
bro, but they were
time.
they were crazy over the dude and fucking going out of their way, and I'm just like, I'm not feeling it, but And yeah, those are the ones you end up hurting because it's like those are really awesome people. It's like at the end of the day, they're still friends. But it's like at the time, you know,
I want to
I
read this.
wasn't. Go ahead.
Oh, finish your thought.
Yeah, it's like I want to be the best version to every person that I've encountered in my life for now on. Like whether it's friend, relationship, or whatever it is, I just want to be the best of myself. I want to treat them how I would want to be treated.
Oh, 100%. And I think that's the best way. It's like the sign on the bathroom door. Please leave this bathroom nicer than you found it. But so we all know who Elton John is. Elton John's a great singer. He sang the Circle of Life, but his version is slightly different than the Disney version. And
Oh man.
I want to read a couple paraphrase sections of lyrics because to me, I really focus on this a lot. And it says, oh my God, here we go for the ad. There's more to be seen than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. Some say eat or be eaten, some say live or let live, but all are agreed as they join the stampede. You should never take more than you give. And then the next one goes, and this is where it really talks about people and how you live life, and just kind of like what you were talking about earlier about acceptance. And those are behaviors. And one way to avoid that is working on something that's called CBT, which is now I just fucking cognitive behavioral therapy. And what it is to focus on replacing negatives with positives. So every time you start to think negative, you stop that negative thought and you replace the with a positive, and you're pretty much what you're doing is rewiring the brain. I've actually been focusing on this and learning about it because there are times where it's an ADHD person, a thought pops in my head, and all of a sudden I'm a little bit pissed off now. And I got to remember, hey, that's just a thought. You were just fine a second ago. Get on with your day. But
Mm-hmm.
about the acceptance part is this: some of us fall by the wayside, and some of us soar to the stars. Some of us sail through our troubles, and some of us have to live with the scars. And that's the reality, is if you don't change your life, you will live with your repercussions. You will reap what you sow. And whether it's in finances, whether it's in relationships, whether it's in just, everyday life. And it's one of those things where I believe this is the land of opportunity. Technically I'm an immigrant, you know what I mean, from a foreign country. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And
I
the
feel like
ability,
everybody is.
well, God, technically, since we invaded the Indians, we kind of
Yeah,
all are,
yeah,
100%.
right.
Um,
It's like everybody is, and we all came from different ethnicities. It's kind of hard to say that, like, hey, these people don't belong. But technically, we all don't belong.
well, my
And we
thing is,
we
I actually
we
think
all
we all
destroyed
do
Mother Nature
belong.
from what it. Well, nature, like, all right. So if you leave nature on its own within a week, it would fucking start taking over the cities, everything. But we have to
Oh,
constantly
100%.
keep it
Yes.
maintenance. So no, we don't belong. Like nature belongs here, and we have just overpopulated and do our things. And I'm not saying that we're bad because we're doing that. We're creating civilizations, jobs, and all these different things, which is nice. But then you also gotta take consideration as like, so because all these things are happening, I was like, what is happening to what was actually existing before us? It was like, are we constantly deteriorating to the point where it will be extinct and it will never grow again? Like I don't know, some of the things to think about, bro.
No, I definitely understand where you're coming from. And I think the thought is is we need to protect the earth. And the reason
Yeah.
we've made it so long as human beings is the ability to work together, to study, to learn, to adapt, to overcome, to
Mm-hmm.
do these incredible things, that have shaped mankind. And that's why, I mean, except for like child molesters, terrorists, really evil people in the world that are just here to just cause harm and destruction.
I
I
feel like
think,
we create those people though,
well,
due
that
to the
that
thing,
would be
due
a
to
good
the action.
conversation, but
Yeah,
I
due to
think,
certain actions that we either us as society has taken or our past has already done, and we're just permanently scarred, and we're always gonna be the those people that just invaded, and the U.S. is just fucking terrible. Like everybody sees the U.S. differently, especially I don't know. There's a comedian that says he goes to Paris, and he fucking goes ask for a cup of ice. So they gave him three ice cubes and a water, and this so happens to be African Americans on the other table, and they're happy because they got their ice water. They're coming from Africa. He's coming from the U.S. and he's complaining that he only got three ice cubes. He's like, you guys from America, always complaining that you guys don't have enough ice.
that's
It's like, oh, we don't have those type of technology here. And he's like, well, yeah, over there, fucking here, wherever you go, bro, you go to a gas station or wherever, and you could just fucking pour yourself a fat glass of ice and just even starts pouring out. You just start wasting it, and no other countries can do those things. And like, I feel like I don't know, if we were really about what we say we are, I feel like everybody should be on the same level. But yeah, I feel you when you said like, yeah, there's always evil people that are trying to do some things, um, but I feel like there's always a cost to that. Like they weren't just born evil, bro. There has to be some type of reasoning.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if you grew up in a radical, religion or idealization that people are evil and you're serving some higher power and you need to do this to serve your whatever it might be, then yeah, I definitely can see that. And that's also in psychology, one of the basis of conversations would be, nurture versus nature.
Yeah.
How the individual grew up, how the individual saw life, lived life, because just like just like an animal, right? When an animal is born, it knows nothing, but it
Mm-hmm.
has the same opportunity to become a predator because it has teeth and it can
Yep.
bite and it can destroy things and whatever. But through love and right treatment, you could have a best friend for life, or
Oh
you could have a nightmare on your hands that either
yeah.
can kill you, which is happens all the time, or
Yep.
whatever. And one of those things is it's hard to say that like certain groups of people are bad, and it's like you want to be like all the terrorists are these people, and it's like you don't know, because the terrorists, unfortunately, in the real world could look like you and me, normal, harmless people. You know what I mean? And I think one thing about it is nurture versus nature, and then information they're fed. Where do they form their opinions? How do they form their opinions? What experiences do they have with these type of people that they idolize to hate, and and see nothing else but disgust in? To me, like
Mm-hmm.
personally, I don't see color or race or gender or anything like that.
No.
If you're just cool with me, I'm just cool with you, and
Yep.
that's where I draw my line.
Yeah. I was like that. That's I don't know. That's definitely one beautiful thing about being raised in California, because I went to school with almost every ethnicity, from all types of Asians to all types of islanders. You have your
Island
Hawaiian,
boy.
your Samoans. You have your Bloods and Crips. So yeah, literally all you have a salad of all these different things and just put together in one campus, and just fucking had to get along because you had to graduate together. So either you stuck with your crew and you kept on going, or you fucking found a crew that was willing to grow together. And I feel like that's where a lot of the sports and a lot of different things bring people together, just like this amazing plant that we all love to consume.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
was funny.
it brings ethnicities, music. It just brings so much culture to the game.
Nelson Mandela says nothing brings man together like sport. I also, like you said, believe that music, weed, and food are also in those categories because
Yep.
when they were fighting during, I think it was World War II, the Civil War, they stopped fighting on Christmas Day, and both sides that were trying to kill each other came out of their trenches, shared alcohol, drank
Yep.
and ate food, and the next morning crawled back into their bunkers
Mm,
and kept the war going. They could have called it quits. They're like, you know what, that's good, that was good. I think I'm done
and
fighting. It's cold out here. You guys want to go home?
I don't know.
Nope,
That's
nope.
when
Oh,
I
you want to get
feel
back
like
to this?
alcohol
Cool.
kind of brings that like that darkness in you, bro. If you have something that you wouldn't normally say, because you're taught with manners, you hold yourself back. But with a little bit of
A
that
little liquid
alcohol, you kind of
courage.
you just kind of that courage, liquid courage, and you just
A
kind of
little
say the
liquid
things that you
courage.
just like wouldn't tend to say because you don't want to hurt people's feelings, and you just let loose, and then
All
either
right.
you're fighting or you're making people cry.
Well,
So
this is what I don't get. And this is what I don't get. There are times where I have been unapologetically me on my own platform. And there have been people who've gotten seriously mad at me. But then
yep,
there's celebrities out there, like let's use Andrew Tate, who is
big
known
guy.
as a misogynist, who's known as kind of an egotistical person who's like, if you don't drive a Rolex, then you're not a man. And if you don't smoke
No,
these
that's
high
me.
end you know what I mean? And all these things. Now, whether it's part of his marketing or whatever, right?
Probably.
But people love him, right? People love that asshole attitude. But when it's somebody that you know on social media, if they're just them and they're just going by the beat of their own turn, I just see so many people get offended. And that's one thing that I'm just like, it ties into this. It's like at the end of the day, we're all in our own realities. Half of us don't even know until we either see it on Instagram or Facebook or somebody tells us or whatever. We're all just so busy in our own lives with our families, our jobs, our work, what we're doing with the house, where we're going on vacation. And I think
Yeah.
a lot of where the confusion lies in is this thought and process where because people know you, because people whatever, you know, opinions and everything are so critical, you know. And I just feel like even that is a societal thing that's built based on like demand, like, and I attribute it to like the Amazon effect, right? If your package is not here in 2 days, you're pissed off. And you know what? It happened to me because I got ordered one of those standing rolling desks to move around so I don't have to be tied to my basement all day with my laptop, and the fucker thing has taken 7 days to get here. It's supposed to be overnight. And yeah, I got pissed off and got my feelings. And you know what I mean? So it's like I get it. I do the same thing, but it's like it's just life and we're all living our own realities, you know? And I think the more that to get out of it, well, to tie it all back together is to get out of that feeling of like dwell and loss and self-worth and or self-loss of worth. Because one thing I do is I have imposter syndrome, so there are times where I don't appreciate the things that I've done. I don't see the things that I've done as really valuable or impactful. I'm
Mhm.
still looking for something, and sometimes we have to realize that we're doing a good job. We have to tell each other, and I've told you that a couple of times. The ability to carry on, the ability to move forward, the ability to just love yourself and to learn to love yourself. One of my favorite lyrics in the band from One Less Reason is, if you can't save if if you can't save yourself, then you'll never save me. And that's the reality is if we can't love and save ourselves, how are we supposed to save our finances, our time, our relationship, all the things that we endure as humans? It's amazing. We don't have more mental health complications with as many things. I think on average, we have 180,000 thoughts a day or something like that of like subconsciously, consciously. Like it's a lot. Like somebody can fact check me how many thoughts we have per day, but it's a
Uh,
lot. So,
it could be a good amount, especially if you have nothing to occupy your brain. That's one of the things, especially at nighttime, bro. I haven't been able to sleep properly, so I'll pop on a flick, something funny. It can't be something dramatic or action. It has to be something that's gonna get me to laugh and kind of just lighten my head or lighten the mood of whatever's going on because it's like, I don't know, sometimes. Yeah, like you said, your thoughts can just go and nonstop. And depending on the past that you've done or some of the things that you wish you can change, or would fucking just eat your conscience away. And
oh, yeah.
yeah,
It's like two-faced, living long enough to see yourself become the enemy. You know what I mean? Because either of, come on, come on. But if you
yeah.
stab me with your nails, it's over. All right. This is the cat that I threw that I was sitting right there on the floor. See where Honey is right behind me? I was sitting
Hmm.
on there and they're like, you threw a cat. One guy unsubscribed from my YouTube and left me a comment and said, I can't unsee you throwing a cat. Unsubscribed. And I'm like, really, dude? Like maybe I should have done a wide shot so you would have seen that it was like an inch off the floor. But yes, this is the
I would
poor
totally launch a
kitty.
cat, dude.
Third.
They're gonna land on their feet versus a dog.
So this is Tiny. I actually found Tiny at an abandoned steel yard when I was getting metal for my Jeep at the time because we were building flag mounts because one of my sponsors we were putting the flags on the back of my van so when, our truck when I was going off roading everybody could see them. And I
Hmm.
found Tiny and I asked the people if I could take her and they said as long as I give her a good hug, I could. And now her and Honey are like my BFFs. So when I'm working on the computer, she's usually in my lap. Honey's underneath the table or on the couch, or they're both on the couch.
Oh man. I'm trying to see if I can take this.
Come on,
My
come on, come on. Tiny, come. Come on. Don't you stab me on live camera. You and your little murder mittens. Come on. Let's go. Up. Honey, up.
that looks funny.
Not, not honey. I don't want honey up. That's 60 pounds. That's not gonna work.
That's gonna, especially if she goes straight off your
Okay.
nuts going
Not
up.
180,000. Maybe my brain does 180,000 because I'm just naturally aspirated and ADHD. But 6,000. Thank you, Yoda.
I do want to give one last shout out to this package that popped up today.
You think I'm done with you, boy? No, I'm just kidding.
Fucking out the way Ray sent his genetics lineup, which is fucking cool because I was like, he made a whole box. It's called the Ghetto Bakery.
That's cool looking. Oh,
So
how?
this
Oh,
is
I
some
thought
of the
that was
drinks.
pumpkins or cookies.
Yeah, that's so he has Taper's Delight, which is like a car with funny signs. He has the OG Kush Cross. He has the Stompers
Yeah.
cookies, very cherry, and then cherry East fresh. He put, I didn't really expect this box, but I thought it was just gonna say something small or something. Came with the shirt. of this
Ow. God
of this
damn it.
new lineup. Okay. All these different flavors.
Flavors.
Yeah, I was like, there's so many more genetics that we're gonna have to go through. Start hunting.
Hey, tell him I love the box. I want to open one on the podcast.
Hell yeah, I'll let them know for sure, bro. Actually, I could send you some of these, bro. But you know what? I have them sent you the box so that you get hooked up too.
Tiny,
Yeah, because
you hear that? You hear
we had
that?
just
We're gonna
talked.
open the
We
box
had
together.
just talked. Yeah, we had just talked.
No, not on the table, Tiny. Oh, yeah. You hear that little whine? Yeah, I'm gonna get shit for that. They're probably gonna call PETA and be like, "He heard it. I heard the cat in the background on the podcast get hurt." Hey, do you want to come on the podcast? You talk more than Honey does. Honey,
The cat does.
come here. Come here, honey.
The cat meows.
Let me see. Come here. Honey, speak. Speak. She's like, I'm not putting into your bullshit right now. She's like, get back to your podcast.
Trying to chill right now. Why are you doing too much, eh?
I told her that she's lucky. All she has to do is worry about not shitting in the house and eating food.
That is true.
Like what a life.
That
like seriously.
Best life.
You get to hang out, you get to go on airplanes, everything's free, everybody loves you, everybody's in a good mood to see you 24/7, nobody's mad at you. Everybody tells you you're good looking. Shit. You know, like what my ego would be like if I lived Honey's life? Where every chick just wanted to hold and stroke and cuddle me, you know, right? Just every girl on the planet just, oh, he's so cute. The fuck I am.
Well,
telling you, I told Lacey all the time that if we weren't married and together, me and Honey would have a body count. I'd do the whole, I'd train her to be like the lost dog and be like, oh my God, you helped me find my dog. She really likes you.
You sound like the owner from the Dalmatians movie.
Wedding Crashers. No, the Dalmatians, they got kidnapped. I'm not kidnapping nobody.
No, if you haven't seen the original
that's
movie,
a felony.
That's what he did. He would go to the park and that dog
after dark.
His dog would go
smoke that
for this chicks.
You look, with you holding your hand there, you look like you're carrying a giant nug on your back, like you're like going somewhere, like to an overnight like sleepovers. I'm like, I'm bringing some weed.
This is the way to travel, man.
Yep.
You can't see the bump? Oh, you can't see it, huh?
No, I can't see the bump. It just looks like you're like holding like maybe like a strap to like a backpack. Like, yep, let's go. And you had your head leaning around the same, right? So it was funny.
That's awesome.
Damn.
See, these are good times right here where it makes me forget that I was thinking.
See? Well, that's the whole part of the podcast, is to create a safe, vulnerable space where we can laugh, cry, hang out, smoke, do whatever, and it gets you away.
The first one.
I know, I made you cry on the first one. I figured I'd save the tears on this one.
Yeah, this one's the laughter, so the next one will be angry.
Ooh, nice.
That's funny.
You have any split personalities I can like interview? Like, are you also like Jonathan, where we could talk to Jonathan, like, hey, is Jonathan they're gonna be there today? Yeah, that's what I want to do. I seriously, and not to make fun of people with split personality disorders, but I would love to interview somebody and be like, hey, you know, I just talked to Brandon and he said that you're fantastic. And he'd be like, Brandon's an asshole. And I'd be like, that's really harsh to say about Brandon.
Damn.
It
That's funny.
would just be funny. I'll get like 4 different interviews, one person.
Yeah. No, I think the worst that I've done is like whenever there's a crowd of people. And I was like, yeah, you guys heard that fucking guy GreenYear? Yeah, fuck that guy.
You heard that while walking?
You're like, you heard that guy? Have you heard of him? Yeah, fuck that guy.
You're making a joke. I thought you actually heard that. I'd be like, I don't know what
No,
to
like
do at that
I'm
point.
over there. I would just like, I'll tell the crowd I'm pretty much fuck off or tell me to fuck off or I don't know. I've got into several times or several
ADHD
servers where
moment
it's just
kicked in.
kind of like as soon as I
Sup, dude?
jump on, it's kind of like awkward silence out of nowhere, and
Come on up.
so you break that ice, you know.
That's key. And then you offer life vests for safety and fun.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry.
Really? Well, we only got 27 minutes left.
Yeah. What you gonna eat? What you got? What's Miss Lacey cooking up tonight?
So I have sushi waiting for me upstairs.
What?
Yeah, Lady or
What's
Lacey
lucky
orders
but
sushi.
really?
Come on up.
Not a
You never had
California roll,
sushi?
maybe.
What?
Yeah.
Oh
I've tried
man,
it.
dude.
I've tried it. But
We went. So check this out. The other day we went to an pretty much 70% automated Japanese restaurant where everything's on conveyor belts and the options will float around 24/7 and you just interact with the screen. Robot brings you your drinks, the server cleans off the table, and all the ordering is done. You're going to murder me on my show with your mittens. Listen, you little merman. See? This is tiny. And this is what she's gonna do. Yep. Love up bombing. She's like, this is what I don't get about every cat. Every cat just is like, hey, look, here's my asshole. Take a look at it.
That's what I was
right in
gonna
your
say,
face.
bro. I was like,
She's like, can you kiss
your
it?
asshole in front of me? I'm like, get the fuck away from me. I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at you either. We're like, get away.
Cats' assholes have touched 90% of all your surfaces.
I was waiting for it to just turn around because like, oh, it's all cuddling you, and then it just turned its butthole right in front of you. Like, here you go. You want to stare at it?
All right, you're stoned, girl. Thank you.
Yeah, that's gross.
She actually chills on top of my grow tents. That's where she hangs out. She has a little place up there. But she's my downstairs cat. She only stays down here, is in the office and then the podcast room. But what was I talking about before this? I had something I wanted to say. And I totally forgot it. What was the topic?
The running naked mile.
I've always wanted to do that. I have no shame and I have no problem. The only thing is I don't want to get in trouble if it looks like it was cold out.
Well, that's why you have to have a bunch of chicks.
I'd be like, listen, so this is really hard with all these women around.
Yeah, I would definitely be walking around with the fucking stiffy. I mean, yeah, running around with the stiffy. It probably wouldn't even feel right, but yeah.
With all the weight, I'm sure it would be like the equivalent to women with big boobs, and when they run, how it's probably not so comfortable because they bounce.
No, it's not.
It's probably not going to feel the greatest trying to run a mile
with your balls just bouncing. Yeah, and your balls just bouncing like
in the cold, uphill with. Oh man, you're running next to like a 70-year-old guy. You know, it's like, how do we qualify? Is there a qualification? Like, I'm not about discrimination, but we are going to be naked.
Well, yeah. That would be fucking fun. I don't know. Definitely this. I'm excited about these upcoming events. Hopefully everything goes well. I'm gonna start having to push myself to do extra, which might pushing myself away from being constantly on social media and being able to hang out, but it's gonna be better because it's gonna open more opportunities, you know. Instead of me having to stress out constantly about money, I'm gonna just
Dude, there's no shame in that. I'm not doing 15 states this year. I did that last year. My business plan this year is growing here at the house and with sponsors and doing that. And I'm actually pulling back because I'm putting a lot of money and resource into this. So like it's about taking care of business. It's about investing in yourself. So that, like I said earlier, dude, that's really admirable. And that's being a man. That's taking care of business. That's getting you to where you really want to be so you can afford to go on any trip and fucking stay in the nicest hotel, eat the nicest food, and
but
really enjoy life. And that's that plan. So first of all, congratulations for putting yourself forward, and I think everybody will respect you for taking time. So that's what I was telling you earlier. If I become the best version of me and you become the best version of you, then what can we do together? But if we got all these other problems and we don't take care of them, then we're
yeah,
bringing all these broken promises and this luggage and this baggage when we could just
yeah.
handle that shit, get off the grid real quick, hustle down, which is what I'm doing, you're doing this year, and then come right back next year and then fucking go.
hmm Yeah, this are one of the things, especially because I have my daughter's 15 coming up, so I definitely
Mm-hmm.
want to be able
God, I can't
to do
believe that
something
you have a
special.
15-year-old.
Well, 14, but yeah, she's about to be
That's
15
still
soon.
crazy,
A
dude.
year
You
passes
look
by fast,
like you just turned like 20.
bro.
If I shave, I'm like 13 again. That's why I can't grow a perfect beard. So whatever is here has to stay.
Yeah, that's why I shaved the sides because it grows kind of patchy. As much as I bushy as I let it, plus it gets so fucking like scruffy and annoying when it's a
Yeah,
certain
yeah.
length, and oh man, it's looking like if I'm wearing a dirty rug or something in my face. Like I want to
It
shave it off.
itches. But I'm jealous of the people. My goal was to have one of those
Yeah,
beards.
bro, that'd be pretty tight. Like a biker beard.
Well, I'd have it pink. But
Nice.
I actually like the two tone. You should do hair color.
I
We can
had it
see.
before. I had the
I
blonde
can see you
streak
with
in my hair.
like a dark blue, like a green. Ooh,
I,
green,
I was thinking about it. Maybe.
dude, dude.
Maybe for the summer.
I mean, when I took out the mask, I was like, how am I gonna stand out? Right? Like, what makes me different when you look at me? Because now I just looked like everybody else with tattoos, and I was like, well, one, I
Mm.
was raising the money for breast cancer, and then two, I was like,
Yeah.
perfect pink, and it's a great color. It represents a lot. My whole goal is to get my demographic 50-50 for women and men to really cater to both, so it's just like one of those things where I was like, hair is a great way to stand out, so it's just one of those things when you're building your brand, which you are, and we talked about this earlier, is how do we be different, how do we be unique, how do we not be like everybody else but still
Mm.
take
I,
inspiration from others and then use that to develop.
I feel like I stand out in my unique ways. I don't necessarily like. I'm not saying I have to, but like,
Oh,
uh,
you already
I
do with your
like
platform, but I'm just saying, like, I'm
no,
being
like
drastic
not
with hair.
only that, just the way that I make sure to try to go out of my way to like see how people are doing. Like when that was
Yeah,
one of the things that like when we were at the barbecue event, bro. It was really awesome to be able, not only to be able to meet these persons, but like whenever we were finally giving the food away, I made sure that I was the last person to eat, not because I didn't want to eat. It was awesome that there are so many people that couldn't move around as efficiently as I can, and I was able to go get the plate, choose whatever they wanted, and go bring it to them, and have a little conversation, and just enjoy a little bit of the moment in life, what it was, for what it was. You know, it was pretty awesome. Doing the same, I just kept on going and just meeting so many amazing people, bro. Taking little videos, all these people and just
That's what I'm
like
saying, dude. My event was a huge success, and that one
uh
day has so many stories just like that. And that's why in September, that's why I want you to come back, because it's going to be like that just again, but even bigger.
yeah.
I mean, this place is huge where I got. I mean, this is going to be awesome. I actually, right here, I actually had to get a $500 deposit because this place is actually very expensive. So I'm going to have to raise a lot of money, which sponsorships and details will be available for anybody that wants to be a part of this. Um, but I needed $500. So I called 5 people, and Master Yoda, GI, my friend that owns the automotive shop that's also partnering up with me. Um,
Nice.
let's see. Hold on. Oh my god. Hold on. No, I want to thank everybody real quick. GI, Yoda, me, um,
Automotive.
what? Automotive. Oh, okay. That's
What?
me, GI, Yoda, Brad, and Jesus Christ. Who am I missing? See, this is why this is why I'm already 3 grams in on King Palms. Maybe I should slow down. No, I'm just kidding. I need to smoke more. Well,
Yeah,
anyways,
it's like it's the appetizer. We're just starting.
Jesus Christ. Well, anyways, I'm a dumbass and I apologize. But yeah, so I made 5 phone calls, got $500. The deposit is going to be made, and it is going to be awesome. And it's all really cool because it's taking this community and making it better. And just like my hat says, which sloth, no, it wasn't sloth. Fuck, I forget. But making weed communities great again. Now, this, however, is going to be a little bit of a different event where it's not 100% weed focus, but there will be essence of it. This is mostly about real understanding and focusing on mental health and suicide awareness, because I've spent a lot of time speaking to people about suicide and mental health and good and bad. And it's very important that we work together because, as somebody that's almost committed suicide, somebody that's almost died in an accident, like many other people have near death experiences, life's very short and we should make the most out of it. And that's why, like GreenYear was saying, relationships and, I've talked about it too, are everything. And, it's about building real community. And that is where we're not jealous, we're not envious, we're truly happy for one another. We're staying in our own lanes. We're all just focused on swimming upstream, just like everybody else with their pages and their content, and, rolling the dice of going viral, and just trying to put our best foot forward. And I think the biggest thing is, at the end of the day, we just got to focus more on how to be better. Sometimes it does take being the bigger person, and sometimes it is frustrating. I've dealt with a lot of good and bad on this platform of being myself. I've been targeted, I've been attacked. There's a lot of the good, and then there's a lot of positive. I've grown my brand. I have fantastic sponsors. I'm doing what I love to do. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of good. So you just got to figure out what you want to focus on. And I choose to focus on the positive, because at the end of the day, we're all different. And I think that's one of the biggest struggles. And I think people lives is accepting other people's realities, especially if they're way different than yours, and that makes you feel uncomfortable or anxious, or different feelings. You could feel intimidated. There's a lot of things, and I think the more we work through our internal battles, the easier it is to work externally with other people. And that's why I take mental health. I talk to my therapist every Friday. I talk to my friends, our friends. We have a great Discord for anybody that is in here that wants to join. We have very great, deep, heart to heart conversations. Everybody in our Discord is like a family member. I mean, there are times where we need each other and we are right there. I mean, it is a place of love and just respect. And that's what this should be about. And I think, that's pretty much how I'll close, because it's perfect timing anyways. But my goal is to understand that I'm not perfect, which I never thought I was. My goal is to try to improve myself so then I can get to a level where I can truly help impact the world. And just like Jeff Bezos told Shaquille O'Neal, he said, if you want to quadruple your investments, find a way to change human lives. And Shaquille O'Neal says he must have done just exactly that. Um,
Yeah,
so, and
yeah,
also me
definitely
and Honey,
bringing value
yeah.
to what you're, to
Well,
what
and
you're
then
bringing up.
also check this out, which I can make some content as long as the patients say it's okay. But me and Honey are set up with a company, and we are going to hospice centers for children and adults. And we are going to be spending time at the hospice centers with individuals while they get to interact with Honey and learn Honey's story and get to love Honey. So we're going to be doing a lot of charity work. And that's another great way to change the way you feel inside, like we were talking earlier, is to do kind things, to donate your time, to help others. That for me, I get a natural high off of it. And it's just a
Yeah,
great thing to do. And it costs nothing. And I've never done this before. I'm sure it could be pretty emotional. And it's something that I'm allowed to talk about with the permission. And I plan to document that and make that a part of this platform, focusing on that mental health. One thing about your deathbed is they say life is like a movie. Make sure that yours is worth watching, because one day that's it. And all those things that are like this left out on the table, one of the most valuable things I learned from my grandmother was the fact that you can die gracefully with no regret, no sadness, no worry, no nothing. Just be so at peace because you played out all the cards, you lived life to the fullest, you took gratitude and pride in what you did, you built those relationships, and now you can just go. And
yeah,
that's something that I think that I look to strive for.
yeah. It's definitely nice whenever you see somebody that's able to die in peace.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. If you have the opportunity to change somebody's life, you should. And you do that with your kids, your family, everything that you've done with your mechanic skills, your job, everything. The biggest thing is just never giving up on you, because the world will always want to give up on you. You know what I mean? And you represent that every time I talk to you. So you're a great inspiration as well, to just, staying true to yourself, doing what you got to do, constantly coming up with new things, trying different things. You're about to start this new project. It's cool. So,
yep,
continue, you should continue like you are, to being awesome and just taking care of business, because that's the true value of, in my opinion, of being a man. Is just somebody that can handle his own. It doesn't matter what you look like, how strong you are, how tall you are. It's, do you got you? And if you got you, you're pretty good. And that can be in any facet too. So talk green year.
Yeah, it's been a journey, bro.
Well,
Like
remember,
life is definitely a journey, and I definitely recommend to the people that are watching, just fucking live your life to the fullest, just like my friend said. Um, you never really know when your time is and when the last time you might say goodbye to that one person. So just fucking instead of being angry at what didn't happen or what can occur or stuff like that, I think sometimes it takes a little bit of forgiveness and to reach out and to try to be around those people while you can, because it either is your time or it's their time, and it's in a blink of an eye. Uh, fuck.
no, dude, that was perfect. You said
Yeah.
it so well, and
Mm,
and that's
just
what it's about.
something that my grandpa would tell me. Just
Great words.
definitely.
Well, to wrap it up, you wanna hit something with me? We'll do a dab, a bong.
Oh yeah, let's
This has
do
been
it.
a great conversation, Green Year. I really appreciate you coming on and being here and having this conversation, dude. And your friendship
Yeah.
and everything. It's always been awesome.
Sorry, I was a little tardy, bro. I just had a little
It's
work, and
okay.
we gotta take care of business when we get it.
It's okay. I was so behind, and I need to upgrade my power grid because I'm running multiple computers off of one circuit. And when I fired everything up, because I have all the cameras, I have the TVs and everything, it
Mhm.
blew my circuit. So I have more rooms for panels. So I'm trying to get individual things just for safety. That's my biggest thing. And, as a grower, I've seen so many tragedies, and we've seen it in our own community where people's houses burn down or whatever. And I would just hate for anybody in here or anyone ever watching to deal with that, because to lose everything like that must be so tragic. So just always make sure that you're using really good high power um, strips and plugging directly into walls, and just knowing your stuff, because you don't want something you love to become something that terrorizes you for years to come, and be having to live in a hotel for months, and you know I
So
don't know.
all right. So if we're talking about home growing, that's definitely. I'm gonna take off my back screen so I can show what I'm talking about. So I had one of these inside my grill tent in the veg one. It was fine. It lasted probably 6 months, no problem. Recently, I've been using the same humidifier in there, and since I guess it's certain temperatures outside or whatever, it just kept the humidity perfectly to where enough moisture got in there, and it caused a short. My room kept going shorted off. I was like, "What's going on, bro?" I'd fucking turn off the breaker, and it'll fucking flick back off right away. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "One of the lights is shorted out." So I unplugged the veg room, and as soon as I did, everything was working fine. As soon as I plugged it back in, the breaker would go off. I was like, "All right, so it's one of the lights inside the veg tent." And as soon as I unplugged individually and switched it to a whole different cable, that's when I realized that there was this thing had enough moisture inside due to my humidity,
Mm,
and it was causing a short to my breaker and can cause a fire. So I was
yeah,
luckily I was able to catch it on time. It was flick. It was the safety thing is having your breaker. So it was like always have a really good breakers in your homes, and if you're gonna be applying a bunch of lights and heavy duty stuff, make sure that you have the right breaker that's gonna support those type of devices.
100% safety is everything, and it only takes a second. And also, I wouldn't get something cheap like that. Not to call your stuff cheap, but I would
Well,
invest
when I
in
first
something
started out, bro,
that's
I
a
got the
little.
cheapest thing. I
Well,
had the
yeah,
cheapest
yeah.
thing.
When you start, but Home Depot sells some that are designed specifically for the higher end power tools that
Yep.
require a lot of power. Those would be great because that's what I have under here and all of there. And these have built-in fuse breakers, so these can snap on their own as well before it goes to the wall. And then
Yep.
RFID, no RFID. What am I talking about? For the outlets, the smart outlets where it'll pop. It's the outlet where it has the little breaker in it. So if you know how you have to push it to reset it.
Yep.
Those are really good too.
I have those for my TVs and stuff.
Well, dude, let's get to Discord. We'll all be in Discord, guys. Thank you guys once again for being here. This is a really awesome night. GreenYear, you're awesome. Where can people find you?
Social medias, Instagram, at GreenYear420, TikTok as well, YouTube, same thing. That'll take you straight to the Grow Me Talk channel. So yeah, appreciate you having me on, bro. It's always a pleasure being able to hang out with you on the live stream, and it's fucking always fun hanging out on
Well,
Discord
just
for
wait
sure. So
till you
definitely
come
recommend people
here
to join.
in September.
Yeah.
And I'll be documenting the whole process. Them ripping up everything, the flooring, the painting, the furniture, everything will be documented. It's only just beginning, guys. So beautiful night. See you guys in Discord. If you want a link to Discord, message me on Instagram, and we will see you guys soon. Peace.
Later.